Bulavinaka, and welcome to another segment of Speak Your Mind. And I'm your host, Sarafina Wedlock. Now, last week, was the premiere of the production of, Matangali Drift. And now at the Super Civic Centre last week, Thursday. Now, it was an interesting concept when I did hear about it from Pedali. And this whole project was done by the VO Dance Group. So today, we have the pleasure of talking to some of its, performers, organizers of the actual event and the production, Mr. Edward Sorrow and also Miss Mireya Tuiloma. Good morning and welcome to the program. Thank you so much for being with us. Now, first of all, the VO Dance Group. You know, you guys have made a name for yourselves right across the country and even across the Pacific. Now, tell us about the VO Dance Group, the history. How did it all begin?
We actually started back in 2007. My wife started the group, Sachiko Mivela. She has a degree in dance from Auckland.
Right.
But she was born here. She was born here and she wanted to come back and share her love for dance here. So she came back and she started it back in 2007 with a few of us. And then during the past few years, we've grown into fashion, TV, and a lot of other things that I can't remember.
True,
Yeah.
so it's grown over the years.
Yeah.
How did you get involved, Edward? Apart from the obvious.
I used to play rugby back in the day, and then
Right.
one year I tore my ligament in my knee, and then
Right.
someone said the dancing would help stretch it and help me recover from it.
Right.
And then I joined dance, and then my first dance was to do the mebeki, and then I felt the mana and spirit with it,
Right.
and then I just fell in love with dance. And then I joined the bank a few years after, left the bank,
Right.
and then I said I can't be in the bank and dance at the same time. I have to just dance because
Okay.
I've just fallen in love with it. Yeah.
So it wasn't something that you were passionate about from the beginning. You fell in love with it
I
as
fell in
you
love
tried
with
it.
Yeah, because I didn't know anything about dance at all.
Oh, right. I
Tell you the truth, yeah.
Some people would have considered that a girly thing back in the day.
It is.
But Mireya, how did you get involved with VO?
I joined in 2010. My very good friend Dilo was part of the group, and then through her I met Sachiko Mila, and then we've developed a friendship. We started
Right.
talking, and then she asked me to join in to come and dance. To me, when she said dance, to dance, I thought it was just any kind of dancing. I
Yes,
didn't know it
yes.
was contemporary, and that was the first time for me to
To try contemporary dance.
to try contemporary, to point my toes, because normally contemporary, like the techniques.
Yes.
contemporary,
Into jumps and lifts.
to do jumps and lifts and all
Somersaults.
this. And ever since, but at that time I was a full-time student studying law.
Right.
So that was in 2010. But just like Edward, I developed, I started loving it, and
Yeah.
I started concentrating more on dance than my law degree.
Right.
and, yeah, and then
Still taking a degree.
I'm still trying to complete the degree, but you know what? I've joining the group. I've actually learned that one thing that it has taught me was to always follow your heart,
That's
always
right.
follow your passion, from 2010 I'm still in VO, and I'm
It's
loving
actually,
it.
I'm sure, and it's actually grown. Now you become co-director, Edward.
Yes.
Okay, what has the challenges been since you've been there? Maybe from the beginning. How has it
Yes.
grown over the years?
We've actually grown really fast over a short period of time, but the main challenge for us was the mindset of
Right.
everyone here of dance.
Yeah.
Everyone sees dance as a very, like you said, girly thing. So we've tried to change that and say dance is not just girl; it's who we are. As Fijians, we've danced from years ago, thousands of years ago. So we want to bring back that same passion, that same storytelling mana that's in dance to contemporary and any other form that we do. So when you see us dance, you always see us screaming and doing the same thing we do in a mebeki. Yeah, so we try to bring out that mana that's in it.
Okay, well, you've mentioned like I said, it's grown over the years. You guys are actually a professional dance group, but you get paid for what you do.
Yes.
How has it been? How is dancing considered a career? How, in your own words, how would you put in your own words?
VO is actually one of, I think there's only 2 dance companies who are actually registered as a company.
Okay.
So we actually pay our staff and we pay their FNPF, they get a weekly wage. So we're really fully fledged. we have tapped into the tourism side of things.
Yes.
So we do commercial shows around the coast every week. We have about 4 or 5 shows a week.
Oh, okay.
So
wow.
that actually keeps the Vo alive.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're totally self-funded. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, you guys have, apart from performing and also co-director, you've also, and choreography, you also take up other job titles or other hats you wear. Maria, what is it also that you do?
I look after the wardrobe department, making costumes and whatever gigs. And I also teach at the Vo School. I help out with our marketing team and our finance team as well. So try multitask.
Do it all.
It's a
and
good thing that
I'm
you
a dancer
keep it.
as well.
It's a good thing that you guys keep it within your
Yes,
group and give you
yes.
more tasks and also more responsibilities. How is the dance school Fathom over the years? Like, when did it start, the dance school?
The dance school started in 2009. And our first term, we had about 40 students.
Wow.
And by the end of the year, we had 200.
Wow.
So, yeah, and then our biggest term, I think, was last term, where we had about 290 of them. And they
Wow.
range from the age of 3. Oldest one we had was about 75 years old.
Nice.
So they come and do their different forms of dance, like Bollywood, traditional, Fijian, Pacific, hip-hop, everything.
Yes.
We did all
Ballet.
jazz.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So how did you guys get into the Pacific arena? How did you go from just being around the country over to the regional arena?
I think we have a connection with Auckland Uni.
Okay.
So we have a really good connection with them, and then we've traveled to New Zealand a few times to go and teach there and also do shows there as well. And I think that's where we first got seen in Auckland.
Right.
But we've also been seen here too as well. Some of our shows in China is from actually doing shows here. So it's not just there, but it's actually around here as well too.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
we're very well known here, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll continue with the conversation. If you just joined us, you're on Speak Your Mind. And if you have questions for our guests, feel free to call us up on 3220-906 or 907. We're heading into a break, but we'll be back with more. Bulavinak, and welcome back to Speak Your Mind. And as I mentioned, we have in studio with us the Vo Dance Group co-director, Mr. Edward Soro, and also Mireya Tuiloma. She's one of the marketing as well as a performer and a choreographer as well with the dance group. Okay, guys, welcome back to the show. Now, you mentioned how it started in 2007. Now, what was the original number of performers back when it first started?
In 2007, there was only 6 of them.
6?
Yes.
Wow.
And they all worked on a part-time. So whenever they got shows, then they got paid too as
Right.
well. Yeah.
Right.
But now we've got over 10 full-time,
Performers.
who are paid every week, and we've also got another 10 part-time on top of that.
Nice.
Yeah, so we've grown a lot.
Do some of your students as well go out for gigs or perform as
Yes,
well?
They're the part-time ones because they are still in school and stuff
Right,
like that.
right.
So they come in whenever we have bigger shows and we have to split the group or anything like that.
Yeah.
Then they join in. Yeah.
So you have your senior performers that actually are the tutors and also that teach the younger
Yes.
ones.
The core group
core
is
group.
8 of us, plus the 2 sound guys. Yeah.
Nice. So
Yeah.
the core group from the time it first began, they still within the group now, or have some of them
we
left?
have changed.
You have changed over the years.
People have come and gone because back then it was seen as just a part-time thing.
Yeah.
So everyone was doing their law degree or going to work and stuff like that too as well.
Have most of the performers, the senior performers, have most of them left the job that they used to do back then to join the group?
Yes,
have some of
they
them
did.
given up some of their...
A few of them have, yeah. Like me, myself, I was in the bank. I have a degree in banking.
Right.
And then I joined the bank for like a year, and then I was sitting there and I was like, this is not the thing for me.
This is interesting. What did your parents have to say about that? I mean, coming...
Yes, that's very tricky. At first, they were really pulled back. 'Cause
Right.
I had a degree in banking, and
Right.
they were like, why you want to dance? but we wanted to prove that you can make it as a dancer,
Yeah.
or the arts in any art
Exactly.
form, and then we have proven that over the years. I actually get paid now more than I was in the bank.
There you go. And for you, Maria, has it been something that you like leaving your school or prolonging it, more like it, to join dancing? Has it been a regret? Have you regretted it?
No, not at all. I'm even planning to, when I complete my degree, to do a postgrad like in dance,
Right.
Tap into dance therapy, and to like I want to learn more. I have a dying passion for dance, and
So it's something that you want to get more into, right? And come with the qualification and all that. But at the moment, it's all experience. It's based on experience. Oh, that's nice. Okay, for someone like a child that's looking at taking up contemporary dance, what will in Fiji right now? What is your view of the response in Fiji? Was it as challenging as it was before, or have they become more accepting of it?
Oh, they have become more accepting of it. In the past, I say 3 years. It's just grown. Everyone
Right.
just loves it because I think it's so new that they just look at it and they're like, I want to try that too. I want to do some flips and some jumps. And it's just grown over the years. And then now we just get responses like crazy. Every week or 2 we get it. Every day, actually.
Yeah, when we first started, I think we had only about 3 or 4 students in our contemporary class.
Right.
And then now it's the contemporary classes are always full. So we have like the beginners contemporary and then
We have to split
advanced
it
beginners.
into 3
So
or
we
4.
now we have
Yeah.
to split. We have to create more classes and stuff. The demand is like for contemporary especially. It's
It's just grown so much
Right.
in the last
In
few
your
years.
opinion, do you see this as something that a lot of locals would take up, being a professional dancer?
Oh, yes. One thing is because everyone here is already like fit.
Right.
So
Exactly.
yeah.
yeah.
So they need just a little bit more of training here and there to actually be good.
Right.
So I think that would be the draw card for them because they
Yeah.
can do all these different moves, which is just amazing here.
And
And
also the
we've seen
pay
it.
is good.
Yes, the pay is really good.
The pay is
Especially with Vo, it's really good.
Okay, well, the production, you mentioned something about this being the first production. What made you guys think, okay, we want to do a production? No more, not so many, performances, not so many gigs, but now we want to come down to performance.
Yes.
What actually gave you guys the idea? What made you want to do it?
To tell you the truth, we never really liked to do it because the thing, it was really expensive to do and it took up all the time. But Vo has grown so much that we have to go into the next level, which is overseas.
Right.
So to create a production and to film it and to send it overseas to sell ourselves of who we are.
Right.
But the thing is that Vo is always wanting to go back to the roots and always learn who we are because
Yeah.
we were all born here in Suva. So some of us have not been to where we're from, like villages and stuff. So we've planned in the next 3 years for each one of us to go back and learn not only our meke and our chants, but our lifestyles there.
Right.
So this year we went to Mbua. One of our boys are from Mbua, Rambi.
Right.
One of the boys are from Rambi, and Koro, Chico is from there.
Okay.
My wife. Yeah.
All right. We'll dwell more on the production a little. We want to save the
No
best
worries.
for last.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you guys, okay, each gig that you go to, okay, who comes up? Who's the inspiration behind the concept that you guys head towards and then putting that into your performance? Who's the main idea or the main brain behind all the performances?
The shows is really based on the client and what they want.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do anything the client wants. We do all kinds of dance, any themed event. But to actually create the dance itself, we actually throw in our ideas.
Okay.
There's not one person who actually
Exactly.
creates it. We all throw in our ideas, and that's how it works really well because the dance is so unique because we throw in all our different
That's so
ideas.
And then
here.
you
It's
see-
not just one person. Yeah.
Yes, Maria, you wanted to add on to the conversation?
No, like normally when it's only a person that's choreographing, there's only one style, but you have 5, 6 people
Yes.
choreographing each. It like
So it always
keeps
changes.
changing. and
Exactly.
It's very
So
interesting to
always
watch
new
as
to
well.
see. Yeah.
That's so true, and it always comes out in your performances. How has the what are some of the challenges that you've had over the years? Like from growing from 2007 till now, what were some of the challenges apart from, changing of performers, of course, but what
Yes.
other challenges have you guys had to face?
Well, for me, the biggest challenge was finding the right people for the job, the
Right.
ones who have the right frame of mind as well too.
Exactly.
And Fiji here, we all known as Fiji time kind of gang, so we take our times with this and that.
True.
So yeah, that was one of the major things.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Well, if you just join us once again, it's Speak Your Mind. We're heading into a break, but we'll be back with more. Welcome back to Speak Your Mind. If you just joined us, great to have your company. And we have once again, we'll continue with our conversation with our guest in studio, Mr. Edward Soro, who's the co-director of Vo Dance Group, and also Miss Maria Tuiloma, who's the marketing as well as the wardrobe manager. They got so many titles, they wear so many hats. So I'm not going to go into it, but I'm just going to say they're one of the major performers as well. Now, okay, we continue with the challenges that you've had to face.
Yes.
Okay, elaborate some more. I mean, apart from the Fiji time or the Fiji... I know some of the time keepers that don't follow the schedule. But what other challenges have you had to face?
For us, the time was really, really a big thing. And another thing was the reliability of artists.
Right.
Here it's really not that good, to tell you the truth. I'm just saying it out there. And also another thing was the mind frame of everyone saying dance is not something you can live off. It's just part-time thing that you do in the club somewhere or whatever, So we had to really work hard to change the mindsets of all those out there. And I think we have changed it a little bit in this past few years.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
It's changing.
And would you say as well, like a lot of movies that have been produced, a lot of them have now also, featured dancing as a professional thing.
Exactly.
Maybe that has also been able
That's
to
so
reach.
true too.
Yeah.
That's so true.
What are your thoughts on this?
There's a few movies that came out in the past year, I think, which has really captured everyone's thing. Everyone loves it. And I think we can all relate to dance in some way, even though we don't realize it. We can all relate to dance because we've lived with dance all our lives. And to see us sit on TV like that, everyone's like, wow, you can do it, you can do it. And that's why we also have hip-hop and all this kind of stuff in the school. So for all the young gang who really like they like that style of dance.
Maria, would you say that has influenced you as well? Watching it on big screen and changing your mindset?
It has. Whenever I watch, dance movies on big screen, I'm like, oh, I want to try this. I want to create. We tend to challenge ourselves and we want to try it. And then so we keep telling the students, we're like, well, do you know what's in fashion? Dancing is in fashion. At one time, like everyone was so into dance and, let's go and join the Vo school. So that's what we're trying to do is to change the mindset of people that, hey, this is, the art industry in Fiji is not looked at, looked at as a way of, making money and all this. People have always looked down at the art industry. And in Vo, we're like, no, that's not true.
Exactly.
You can make a living out of it. We're making so much money from all the gigs that we go to. We pay our full-time dancers, part-timers as well. And
it's also created jobs, Like
it has.
You going into marketing now, something that you weren't in that field. Now you're taking that on. You becoming co-director. It's also created jobs for you as well.
Exactly.
And experience as well. Like you get to meet people, you get to network. And this is some things that, if I were to choose an office job, I bet I wouldn't, I wouldn't be able to do this. So, and visiting new places, we travel a lot.
Yeah.
And it's always a breath of fresh air.
Okay, enough now. I'm getting jealous. I'm getting jealous. But yes, okay, the Matangali Drift. We'll touch on it right now. Your new production premiered last week.
Yes.
I'm sure this must have been challenging.
It was challenging.
All right, well, we'll take it from step one. Who came up with the concept?
We all did, actually. When we first joined Vo, we've always talked about we have to know who we are first. Because Vo means new. And to create something new, you must learn the past first. Right. So we've always wanted to learn our past and who we are first. And that will give us the right to create something new. So our goal was to go back and learn from where we are from, our villages and the thing was just to get the money to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So in these next 3 years, we now can go back and do it. And so the term urban drift.
Yes.
This is the opposite, Matangali Drift. So
Right.
we are born in Suva.
But
And
you
we're
were
going
back.
back. We're going back.
Yes, we're going back.
Nice. I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out. I thought it was
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it,
So
yeah.
how many of your performers had to go back to their villages and
All the core dancers, so all 10 of them.
okay.
There's 10 of us, but we went to 3 places this year, and next year we'll go to another 3, and the year after again to another 3 or 4. Yeah.
So was the whole experience there documented? Like
Yes, it was.
on
Yes, it
on
was.
on
Camera.
video or
Yep.
camera?
Yep,
Nice.
it
nice.
was. And we will create a DVD, which is already been bought by Australia.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make a little half-an-hour documentary about our trip and the show as well.
Were you two part of the experience?
Yep, I was.
I was,
Maria
I
was.
didn't.
Unfortunately, she was with
Due to-
child at
Yeah,
that
due
time.
to
Yes.
commitments.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
That's nice.
the
I
one,
will
yeah.
be pregnant 9 months.
Oh, okay. It would have been hard to
Couldn't physically travel.
I couldn't physically travel.
Yeah,
True. But maybe
yeah.
something that you might want to, well, those that didn't go this year might
Yeah.
have, get the experience next year.
Exactly,
Okay, so what was
exactly.
it like? Where did you have to travel? What was the experience like for you?
We first went to Mbua, where one of the dancer John is from.
Right.
And his dad and my mom are brothers and sisters too. So I'm Vasu Mbua.
Right.
But this is a village way around the point in the eastern side, Longana. There's no roads or anything, so we had
Wow.
to travel to Mbua village, spend a night there, then travel about 2 hours in a boat around the point to this small village. And it has only 3 houses there.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's
Small
a
village.
beautiful. There's a huge farm at the back, wild pigs everywhere, cows, and beautiful place.
How long did you guys have to stay with the family?
We went and stayed there for 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah,
hmm
3 days and 2 nights.
Okay.
So we learned we went there on the first night, spent the night in Bua village. The second day we went to Longana, learned the Meke, spent the night there with them too, and then we came back the day after.
What was it like
Yeah.
talking to the village elders and trying to learn their Meke and also getting their stories into the Meke?
It was amazing. They were so happy for us to be there because that village is known as the fair village because we're all fair
Right.
from there. so
Okay.
so my grandfather, who's still there, by the way, is really
Wow.
fair. He's a Packham from there.
Okay.
But his sons are all very dark skinned.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they all have the name Packham with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were glad to see us because none of us have been there. Even my
Yeah.
mom has never been there.
Wow.
John's dad has never been there.
So
And
this
they're-
was
and they're about 57 years old, so it's the first time for them. So there was tears flowing throughout the whole thing.
I can
Everyone's
imagine.
just crying and yeah.
What has the experience been
amazing.
for the other performers? What were the other villages that they visited?
We went to
Oh, so you
Koro,
guys went in as a group to each village.
each village. So we all learned. We all
Okay,
learned from
okay.
it. Yeah. So we all shared the experience together as a
Right.
group. Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
second village was Koro,
Went to Koro.
and the third was
Rami.
Oh, that'll be an interesting story. We'll come back to that. Okay, once again, we're heading into a break, but we'll be back with more on Speak Your Mind. Bulavinaka, and welcome back again to Speak Your Mind. And we'll just continue with our conversation with Edward based on the Matangali Drift production. Now, the work that had to be put into it before the actual production. Now,
Yes.
your experience at the second village, Koro,
Yes.
how was that?
Oh, it was beautiful. We went to the village of Tuatua,
Right.
who has close links with us, where I'm from. I'm from Tuatu in Kandavu. So
Alright.
we had very close links. The people there are just so friendly. It was just amazing. They put out a big feast for us. Lovo, seafood, prawns, everything. It was just amazing. And we spent a whole day just laying off each other, laying the meke. They danced for us, and then we danced for them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they did their own meke for us, and then we did our contemporary style for them too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did they share the difference, like just watching you guys? Did they give
Yes.
you their thoughts?
Yes, they did too.
What did they
they're
have to
like,
say?
why do you guys roll around on the ground and jump up in the air? And they've never seen a girl lift a boy, which we
Wow,
do.
yes,
So
yes.
that was all new for them too.
Right.
Yeah, so we shared that, and they said we really would like to learn some of it too. So they asked us to come down back in next year to do a little class for them.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's
so
nice.
we'll take about a week to show them how to do lifts and jumps and rolls and stuff like that as well. So because the really young ones, they want to learn that. Yeah.
What,
So we're
what was
gonna
the feeling
exchange.
like for you guys? Like, being part of that and just learning their style of meke.
Mm.
What did that teach you?
For us, we always love to learn. We always love to learn, and then going there, and then us as Fijians who were actually born here, but to go out and experience that was new for us.
Mm.
And then, like, it just inspired us to keep doing what we're doing. It's just amazing to see dances from the past, and you say, oh, this is so amazing, and it's filled with so much mana and spirit and
Yeah,
stories just passed through movement of dance.
exactly.
It's just
And
amazing.
Maria, yeah. What has it taught you? I mean, if you haven't, I know you haven't been to the villages, but I'm sure you've gotten feedbacks from even your elders from the village.
Like, for the one thing about us is that we always have to have that heart, willing heart to learn,
Right.
in order to grow knowledge, and all those things. To be good at something that you love doing, you need to have the passion to actually learn, and appreciate all those different dances and stuff.
Right.
I was so jealous. I kept watching the video, and
Yeah.
the pictures, and like, I'm missing out. And to me, it was I got emotional.
Yeah.
I wish I could go, but I had to learn from the dancers, learning from the experience, and that is the one important thing, like in life as well.
Yeah. Yep.
If you want to grow, you need
Open up your mind. And
open
learn.
up your mind, your heart, and be able to learn and share as well.
Exactly.
And that's the thing with us, that we always, we're always
Willing to
willing
learn.
to learn
Yeah.
and willing to share.
What was the experience like in Rambi? You spent another 3 days, 2 nights there?
No, we spent actually one day
Longer.
there in
Oh,
Rambi.
okay.
Because it's so far away from where we were.
Right.
We actually traveled for about 8 hours from Savu Savu. We
Right.
traveled for about 4 hours in the van,
Uh-huh.
and then we had to stay over in the village for a few hours because there was no boat to go across to Rambi.
Right,
So we traveled for about 8 hours to go there. But Rambi was just an amazing place. It's so far-fetched. It's so out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then we went there because last year when we went to the Solomons, we saw a group from Rambi that was there with us. All these, the oldest was about 17. And they've never traveled before in their
Wow.
lives
Right.
out of Rambi. So they
Right.
traveled all the way to
Rambi
the
High
Solomons.
School.
And they were just amazing.
I've always considered the Rambians to have a very unique way of their dance performance.
Yes.
Very unique, and they're
We
very
love that.
flexible with their movements. What was? Were you guys able to learn something from
Yes,
the dancers
yes.
themselves?
The thing with the Rambi dancers, when they dance, it was so genuine. It wasn't
Yes.
commercial. It was just from within.
Yep.
And then some of us just actually cried when we just saw them. And these are all young. They're like 16, 17-year-olds, and you're
Right.
just amazed to see them dance with so much passion
Mm.
and genuinity. It's just raw. And it's just amazing to watch. It's just
Yes.
amazing
The,
to watch.
the
Amazing.
closest I was to the Rambi trip was just, organizing the trip. And then I was talking to the head teacher in Rambi High School, and then
Right.
their teachers and stuff over the phone. They were emotional. They're like, "Are you guys sure you want to come?
Yes.
We don't have much, to give to you guys. What do you want us to do and all this? Like, it's just that excitement
Yeah,
that we see. And man, it's the beauty of dancing and
Yes, and able to share the spirit, especially
Yes.
in visiting them alone. That
Exactly,
must have been a big
exactly.
thing for them.
Exactly.
Now, after you guys did your visitation, you got back to back to the capital. What was the step after that?
The step was to look back on what we experienced there, not just the dance and the chants, but the whole experience, traveling and meeting everybody there, and then from there we actually create our own piece. Each one of us will create our own piece based on that trip.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you see the show, some of it is based upon like the traveling. There's one about the boat was rocky, so the guy was just shake it
Yeah,
side
yeah,
to side
yeah.
like this, and so it's not just about the meke and the chanting.
It was
it's
the
about
whole-
the whole thing, the whole experience, what we got from it, how it inspired us, everything
Nice.
about it.
You were part of the performance as well for the Matangali Drift. What did you, I mean, I know you did not go for the trip, but what was your experience what was your contribution to the production or to the performance?
Well, for me, I had to work behind the scenes.
Right.
I was, I was organizing their travel, like getting their tickets and everything, planning, for hotels where they'll
Right,
stay in Sabu and stuff. And I was really frustrated. I wanted to go, but physically I couldn't.
Yeah.
But I did create a piece for them during the Matangali Drift,
And you can tell there's so much anger
can
in
tell
the piece because
so
she's
much
angry. She's like,
anger,
I want to go too.
emotion, and it's my piece. Working
was-
within the office and then missing out on all those things, I was pretty upset.
Right.
So I created a piece that does not only talk about me, but other people in Fiji.
Right.
Most of us do have the passion to go back to the village,
Exactly.
but then there's so many things that restrict us, like
Limitations,
either financially or physically, and then we have work and stuff. And so I created a piece that was
That
pretty
added
Yeah.
to the
that
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
I added to it.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so you've come back, you've done the visitation, you've come back, you've done the compilation, getting all everything sorted, and your feelings are put into the production. Now we'll come back to the actual production itself. Okay, so hey, if you just joined us once again, if you have questions for our guests, feel free to call us up 3220-906 or 907. And as I mentioned, we're heading into a break. We'll be back with more.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Speak Your Mind, our final segment for the day. And we're talking to our in-studio guest. We've got Mr. Edward Soro of the Vo Dance Group. He is the co-director as well as a performer and choreographer. And we've also got Miss Mireya Tuiloma, who's also their marketing wardrobe manager as well as a performer and choreographer. Now, final step of the production. Okay, lead up to the production, you guys all have your piece ready. What was the next step after that, before the whole premiere?
So we created our piece, each one of us, and now we had to put it together to make a whole show.
Right.
And have a link, a connection
Right.
between the whole thing. And because we all went for the trip, our pieces, without actually realizing it, had a link. It was the
Right.
trip.
That's right.
So you can actually see it from the show.
Nice.
So that was it. We took about 2 weeks to actually put the show together. Which number is going to come first, second, third, fourth, fifth, right
Wow.
until the end. Yeah. So
That,
we had
that took 2 weeks.
2 weeks because we had to blend it in together too. We didn't want to make it just look like it's one piece and one. We wanted to make it look like a whole show.
Right. Like a whole storyline.
Yeah, a whole storyline. So we had to weave in the different things in and out, like my dad who joined in.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Does he
became
perform
the
as
link.
well?
Yes, he did.
He
Oh,
did,
nice.
he did.
He
Was
danced.
it the first time for him to perform? Or was
Yes, first time for him to
Wow.
perform.
And
Wow.
he said that it was the first time for him to wear the masi as well and dress up and
dressed up and everything. So he was
Yes.
excited about
I'm
that
glad
too.
that you guys didn't use characters to play, the part of the
Yes.
dad. So you got
Yes.
your dad to perform. How
Yeah.
you got that? Well, good. Oh, you must have been. Anyone else a part that you guys got to play themselves?
We wanted someone to sing some chants for us. So we brought Elena Baravel
Right.
to sing for us.
Right.
And she created her own song too from it. Her
Oh, so
own
she
chant.
composed her own.
She composed her own.
Nice.
Everyone did their own thing. Yeah.
Nice. So how long, Mireya? How long is the production of for the Thursday? You had 2 shows, Thursday and Friday. How long is the production?
I think it was about
The show.
the show was about 1.5.
1.5
hours.
including the 10-minute break.
We had a 10-minute break
10-minute
intermission
break,
because we needed people to process,
Right,
not
right.
information overload. It was 1.5 hours. So all those months of, just
Yeah.
compressed in one.
How did you go about spreading the word of the production itself? Like, were you in marketing? And what did you how did you reach across to the public?
Well, we did social media. So we were advertising on Facebook. We were talking about it, and we had each dancer write about the experience, what stood out for them. So we would upload a picture and put out there, this is their quote, and we noticed that people love to see that. People love to read this, and then they were like, "Oh my God, what is this, show about?" And so the interest for us, our main marketing tool was social media, and but we did advertise in the paper on the big screens, but I think it was Facebook. Like that was our main, the biggest one.
What was the crowd like? I mean, I was out of the city, so I didn't have the pleasure of watching. But what was the response from the public during the production?
We were really surprised that after every number, everyone would just cheer.
Right.
We actually felt that from the back of the stage, everyone just like cheering and like talking. You can tell they were thinking about it. And we were really surprised. And then when we finished the show, we had a standing ovation about.
Yeah.
And the civic center sits about 700 seats.
Yeah.
And we sold about 627 to be exact.
Wow.
So it is almost full house.
Almost.
And I can tell you about 70% of that stood up and clapped. So we didn't know how to react. I jumped off the stage and ran to say thanks to everybody. I was so excited about it. And it was just amazing to have that reaction, because that was something new that we thought everyone wouldn't really get.
Yeah.
Because there was parts that was really abstract, and you didn't really understand it. There's anger involved, happiness, everything. So we thought that we might get some, someone would say like,
negativity sort of.
"What is that? I haven't seen it before." But everyone actually loved the show, which is amazing. This is amazing. And for us. It was amazing.
Yeah, and to have people come up, and say, comment about the show, like, it does mean a lot to us.
Exactly.
Even on Friday, we had people coming up and like, "I came to watch yesterday. I had to come back today."
Wow.
So, during the whole build up to the show, like the production, whenever people ask me about tickets, I was like, "Oh, you should buy Thursday, because you will want to come back for Friday."
Nice.
So, that was our thing. Like, we would tell people Thursday, get Thursday tickets, because Friday. And well, most of the people who came on Friday also came to watch on Thursday.
Wow.
And how they to get feedbacks about the show, and the the comments from them and all this. It to us it meant a lot, because creating the pieces
ourselves,
our
story to tell. It was our story. It wasn't anyone else's
Exactly.
story.
And it's a individual choreographer. It was not not the group.
Right,
it was like
right.
Eddie had to choreograph his own piece. I had choreographed mine.
Wow, nice.
And then the rest of the dancers had choreographed theirs as well. So getting all this feedback, it's a big boost for us as well.
Exactly,
And then now we're like
inspired us even more.
inspired to create more, and and for people to say, I actually felt it in my stomach.
Nice.
And I'm
Yes,
like,
yes,
yay,
yes.
we're so happy, because this
So
is
you've achieved your objective.
Yep.
You've
Yes.
reached across. You've made your message. You've done your
Yes.
message. People got it.
Yes.
Now I know, unfortunately, I missed out on the performance. But you did say you will be restaging next year.
We might be restaging
Might?
next year,
Oh.
but we have received a lot of feedback, and then
Yeah.
we definitely might. We definitely might.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, good luck, guys. I really hope you guys do restage
so
next year, because we missed out. But
Having us
otherwise,
here. Thank you so much.
that's okay. And good luck with the rest of the year. And we'll hope to see you guys again next year. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was Speak Your Mind for today. Until next time, goodbye.
Nak.